where 7 people will play a game like never before. Will they survive? Audio Dungeon.
The group is in a city, an underground city called Anwar, and they were traveling down to an ancient city below that. So on the way down, they were going using some ropes that were already set up. They were traveling down to try to find some interesting, valuable items in a cave, specifically what's called a collector's coin. And the collector is one of the gods of the world, and the gods are called ancients, and there's about 8 of them, and they're basically in his domain and such, and no one knows what the collector is, and things like that, and they're basically just trying to find something of value. So you guys were climbing down, and I made a roll. I asked for a roll from everybody in the group, and Dan actually rolled the worst thing you could roll in the whole world, and rolled 2 ones on some dice.
2 ones.
Yeah, not an 11, but 2 ones. Separate.
2 ones.
A 1 and then another 1.
It's tough to do.
It was pretty bad, and
so
So sad.
yeah. So that happened, and Dan's actually character died. So then you guys walked into a nearby cave, which is where you were going. And these caves, it's known that at the end they have these coins called the collector's coin. And if you guys could find these coins, supposedly you could use them for a whole sort of things. The person who runs the city that you went into is called Anwar again, and the person who runs it is called the Gun Wizard. And the Gun Wizard put a spell on you guys, took away your memories. Michael Armstrong, thank you very much for joining. Emily Dell, thank you for joining. Teresa Johnson, thank you for joining. Woo! So yeah, again, if you guys don't know what happened in the fast, don't really worry about it. It's okay. You will jump in and be okay. So a lot of stuff's gonna happen right now, actually. Remember, they have no idea what's gonna happen. They don't know the stories. They're gonna play through. No matter what they say, they're telling you. They act like they know what they're saying. They don't know the story. They're just playing through, using their own backstory information and whatever I'm giving them. So without further ado, let's get into Audio Dungeon: The Celestial War. Let's do it. When we left off, you were in the cave. All these caves are very dangerous dungeons, which you knew when you went inside. In the end would be a collector's coin. And if you found the collector's coin, you could trade it in for your memories, in this case, from the Gun Wizard who stole your memories. Some people say things like the coins can be used for all sorts of things. Throwing it off a waterfall, an underground waterfall, and getting a wish. Some people say that you can cash it in for very powerful things. Some say that the coins in these dungeons are not the real coins from the god, the ancient himself, and they're just a waste of time. But for all you know is that you need this coin because the Gun Wizard, the man who runs Anwar, wants it.
Has my memories.
Has my memories. You guys, when we last left off, you jumped in the air
Heroically.
You jumped in the air to save
at the last second.
Yes, heroically.
Heroically at the last second.
Completely out of character for you. You jumped in. I also need a little coaxing from me, but you did it. So
did I have a rope tied to me or anything like that? No, I don't remember. I feel like I might have.
You did.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, it doesn't matter right now because what's going to happen is going to happen.
Die.
Oh my God.
And it's
so
death. You can hand your characters in right now.
Yeah.
I would have told you so long ago, but I just want to tell you.
I had to wait this whole time.
Yeah.
And Vin's dead too, right? As long as he dies too.
Yeah. So
It's
Vin,
like, if I died saving
No, they
him
don't
and
die.
he lived and I died, I'd be a little
serious.
disappointed.
What a pal. He wants to be together with you, even in the afterlife.
Right, together
Both of
or
us
not.
or none of us.
Right, that's right. Together or
It's
or
ride
not.
and
That's
die.
it.
Ride and die.
Yes.
Ride and die. Okay. So we now come back to that moment where you grab Thistle in the air on top of the pit, and as you do, you're falling into spikes, and everyone sees it, and as the moment they're freaking out, all of a sudden everything goes totally white. And it comes, obviously, from your armor, and you're like, oh, I hope this is a good thing. And it goes everywhere. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you.
Love me.
5, 6. 1, 4 can now only hear each other. You only see blinding white, and you're unaware of the surroundings, and it seems like the surroundings have somewhat changed. So I'm going to give you a minute to roleplay this weird scenario.
The surroundings have changed.
You're in bright white light. You cannot see each other. You can hear each other.
Am I still falling?
So the first thing you feel like you're falling and you're freaking out, and then you put your feet down and you're not. Same thing with you.
So is this what death feels like?
Yes, I think we're dead.
Are we all
I
dead?
don't know why I'm also dead. That's not good.
Me too.
I hear you guys.
What the hell?
Are we in a hotel up?
Is there a piano in here?
You hear a weird piano playing.
Holy moly.
What's going on, guys?
Wait, I can't see anybody.
Shit.
It's
Chick?
too bright.
Wait.
It's so white in here. I can't see anything.
All right.
It's too bright.
Can we reach out and see if we can?
If we're
you-
dead, why they die too? They
I
didn't
reach
fall into
out.
the pit.
I reach
They
out
fell
for
into the-
for
they fell into
Vin
the pit.
because I was like literally holding on to him.
Vin is right next to you.
Okay, so
He was still in your hands.
Okay.
You were.
So I can put my hand out and touch his shoulder or something
yeah.
like that. Okay.
You're obviously hearing.
all right.
You're hearing a lot of.
All right, you're
confusion.
there. That's you, right?
I guess we're dead.
I don't know. I can.
Why would we be dead?
Yeah, it's weird that. Why are we hearing them?
Well, your armor, the armor flashed, and then it blew us all up, I guess, or something like that.
Either maybe we're all dead or we're all saved somehow.
Yeah, we're in the armor
where?
I
zone.
checked to see if
Yeah.
I have my
I
memories.
don't know. I checked to see if I can remember.
Hold on one second.
I'm thinking if I can remember, I'm
thinking
dead.
if I could remember anything.
I'm thinking.
That's pretty smart there, guy. I think to myself, if
Do I have
can
any of my
remember.
memories? Do I know who I am?
That's a good question, actually.
Okay, you think to yourself, and it actually starts to come back a little bit. You start remembering your name. You start remembering some past things, and you don't know why or what's going on. But
I'm Thistle. You're Brotorius.
Whoa.
And I'm almost positive we're dead.
Whoa, yeah, I remember that. Thistle. The thief. Yeah. It's coming back.
I don't know why we would have memories unless we'd be dead. Because we definitely
Right.
didn't see the gun wizard, and we definitely did not get a coin.
But maybe...
Oh, who knows? Maybe the gun wizard like teleported us out because of Boterius's valiant. What the hell is that? Is that like a?
That is our god,
The
my
chimes
god,
of-
the collector coming to collect us all.
Well, you know, I
I am
guess there's
totally convinced.
Oh, my God. It might be.
there's chimes, or is that like someone dropping metal?
I stopped.
Do I get
looking-
any sense of where Tom is based on his voice? Or it's just...
it's yes, a little bit, yes and no. All of a sudden, you hear.
The light of my brother shines within my dungeon. How is this possible?
And all of a sudden you see.
It is the collector.
All of a sudden you see two huge eyes. They're closed. They come down, and they're as big as you can imagine. Like they're like as big as probably like 3 feet by 3.5 feet, and they just stand. The eyes are closed, and then they open up, and they see to look around, and you hear another voice,
Beholder?
and you hear another voice, and it's a girl, and she says, "I don't know, Master, but they possess more light than mere mortals. They are lightborn, perhaps. Children of my fellow ancients, my brothers and sisters. I believe not, Master.
Nevertheless, they activate the light of my brother. Perhaps this day on Daria brings a change in the tide.
As the eagle strikes out.
That thing was a
At the Crystal Falls, someone has made an important wish today, and I hear the Red Knight's voice for the first time in thousands of years. For a moment I could sense an avatar there as also. It is very strange. An avatar of a dead order of the Red Knight. And now, the light of the lion, my brother. One who's been trapped by the Queen for so long. reaches me here in this shredded place, this prison. Today is the day the tide changes. But first, I must be sure of their intentions.
As you wish, Master. You see the eyes look around, and now it seems the first time it's like fixated on you, and you see like look over to you, and all of a sudden you feel like you're drawn into it, and you all are seeing this, but you seem to be not physically present. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it, and all of a sudden you are sitting in the Elven City.
Okay.
And you're a statesman, a man who sells real estate, which is Tom's backstory. He's a wizard who used to be a real estate guy.
There's a thing. All right.
Which is really funny. You're sitting at a table, like in a tavern, and you're just eating, and you see an old man eventually come into the tavern, and everyone's in here as an elf, and he walks up and sits next to you, and he has an amethyst in his hand. And you see, the amethyst is kind of like how he sees around, apparently. It's very odd. Obviously you know it's magical. You must be a wizard. You're not a stranger of magic.
Is he a human or is he an elf also? Just out of curiosity.
Elf. Everyone here is elf.
Everybody. Okay.
Yeah. You immediately recognize this as a past situation. You're also compelled just because you feel like you're living it again. So you're there.
Okay.
The rest of you are just watching.
It's almost like a living memory, I guess.
Yes. The rest of you are just like watching it, but yeah, so you're sitting there, and he kind of approaches, and he sits down next to you, as if he's sitting here facing somewhere else, facing like near you, but not directly at you. He says, "The land of the elves truly has no price, you know."
That is a philosophy, sir. While the land of the elves has no price, I think that choice spots in that land are negotiable.
Yes. Well, I suppose we all need to lay our heads somewhere.
Yes. I try and find the best places for people to do so. Are you interested in finding a new place to lay your head?
He continues to look forward, but he actually has the amethyst pointed to you. You could tell his eyes. You could tell he's blind.
Right.
But he does seem to be aware of you, and to be aware of you physically. He can see you. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you sell this land as a passion, or as simple means of coin?
Do I have a sense? Like I have a sense. Like this is. What is my feeling here? Do I feel like casual? Do I feel like
no? He's a wizard, and you kind of have an idea of who he is. Like he's known. You've never met him before. You've heard about him, and you believe he's from the Forgotten Tower, a wizard's tower in the Elven City that's always hidden. But people are it's hidden so long and never seen that people are like, does it really exist? The Wizard's Order is rarely seen, and are they really from there? So it's an odd thing for you, but it's a little bit in awe, I would say.
Okay, thanks. No, it is not a. It's not a passion. I don't have a. When I was a child, I did not dream of this role. No.
Findlar, walk with me a bit, won't you?
Okay. Do you need me to? Do you need me to guide you, sir?
No. I will see just fine. You guys leave the tavern and you walk outside.
Okay.
Many things are approaching, and we need more wizards.
Okay.
I know, not something you thought of for your future, perhaps, right?
No. Frankly, I didn't.
It's not all hocus pocus and cantrips, my friend. One day, real evil will stand at our doorstep, and who will be there to defend us? It will be the very elves you speak to on a daily basis selling land. The smith, the fletcher, farmer, merchant, the statesman, as yourself.
Yeah, and do you feel that somehow I can assist you in fighting this oncoming evil? Really?
I believe you do. I believe we all have our places in life. I feel that you are about to find your place, yet you perhaps don't even know. You walk up, all of a sudden, you've been walking for a bit, and you look forward and you see something materializing in front of you, and you see a giant tower that comes out of like invisibility. front of you, and he's walking. You kind of stop out of
Right.
and he just continues walking into the to the tower.
Right. I just quickly look around. Does anyone else seem to notice this?
No one's around. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we're seeing it as like a scene, right?
You're seeing it like you're watching it. Yeah,
Okay.
you're not there. Yeah.
I follow him.
He sees you follow him. He stops, turns around, and he puts his hand on you. He says, "You must choose this path. Your eyes are now open to many things. You brought the Elven's Lord's land to its people. Perhaps now you will consider protecting it." He walks in, and you see the tower disappears.
I look around for it. I try to go to where it was.
You go through it, and like it's not even there. It just freaks you out. And all of a sudden, you come out of your memory. You come out. You remember this as probably a pinnacle for you.
Right.
And the next second, you're back to the eyes. When you see the eyes, look over, and they go to you.
Oh boy.
All of a sudden, you're in the sunken city, and you're in an alleyway, and you see your father is talking to a few thieves. And your father was a well-known thief, and he worked with the Thieves Guild, the Guild of Shadows. And you see Bludgy, who's not the guild master here,
Son of a.
and with a couple of the people, and Bludgy is talking to your father. You see Bludgy says, "Well, the guild master is very clear. You want out? You can get out, but first you must travel on one more mission for us. And then we're square. How's that?" You see your father kind of like, he has all his gear on him and everything else. He looks kind of worried. And he says, "Well, if that's what it takes, if that's what the master wants, then that's what I'll do. One more mission. But you have to promise me that you'll look after my son. If anything happens to me, it'll be up to the guild to at least look after him." He goes, "Oh, yeah, sure. If anything happens to you, we'll take care of him. He's a good lad. Thistle will be fine. He can go on some runs with us." He goes, "I don't want him to be in this life. I know that he has my skills and he has a sneaky hand into other people's pockets." He goes, "But he is a good boy, yes. I don't want him going into this life." He goes, "Well, that's his own choice, perhaps, but we'll watch out for him." You can see, you're kind of like, looking around and everything else. You can see that they hand him a map, and you see your younger self is there. You, as your older self, look at it, and you see the map is a map to Anwar. And he takes the map and puts it in his pocket. You all see this. And he walks over back, and then he stops near your younger self who's in a shadow, and like, "Thistle, you followed me again."
Yeah, Dad. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
He kneels down to you. "Listen, I know that you don't want me to go away, but I have to. It'll be for a little while. And when we come back, we can go on as many fishing trips as you like. Perhaps I'll even take you up to Arlight."
Arlight, huh? Mm-hmm. I've been waiting to go up there.
"Yes. Well, a few weeks, we'll make our way there. Sound good?"
Hurry back. You'll be missed.
"Thank you. And it shouldn't be too long, so just stay, keep your hands out of trouble."
I'll try.
Okay. And if you need anything, the guild is here. Bludgy will look after you. Don't trust him too much, but he'll look after you if you need anything.
Just kind of throw him like a weird glance.
Your father gives you a hug, walks off, and then almost like time starts speeding up, and you get the sense that somebody's in control of the actual play and the speed and the forward and reverse motion. And you see everything go like fly through everything else. And all of a sudden you see you living, and every once in a while, like looking at the end of town, and you get the immediate impression days are just flying by, days. And you're looking at, knowing what happens, your father never returned. And all of a sudden, when it becomes very evident that's the case, you see the memory stops on a point where like you're kind of just like fed up. You don't know what to do, and you're just like whatever. And then all of a sudden the eyes come out, and it's over. The eyes could then go into Brooke. They go into you. And it actually goes to you working on a ship. And you're actually outside, and you're just kind of like waiting, and you know you have to perform soon, and all of a sudden you feel a little tug on your pants, and it's your little sister. And she goes, "We have to go perform again. Are you ready?"
I'm ready. Are you?
I'm always ready. You know that.
I do.
Okay, she kind of pulls you in, and this is the ship that your father he has a partial ownership with the town, and he's the captain of the ship. And you guys, basically, you and your family, as you have in your backstory, are the entertainment. You guys sing and dance and do all sorts of things. So you perform your set. You're singing. You see your younger self. It's very surreal to watch, literally surreal. And halfway through your set, all of a sudden, it's interrupted. And you see someone jumps on a table, and it's this pirate with a large beard, who your older self recognizes as Captain Raven. And he goes, "Hello, everybody. I just want to let everyone know here that I've made a deal with the captain of the ship. Now, my men are here, standing by." You see other pirates are around the area who don't look very happy right now. Don't look very pleasant. He goes, "And we like to know that we've made a deal to take the ownership of this ship. Just so you know, we also have many other ships that we've acquired recently, and I'm sure you'll be finding that we are more of a powerful guild that will probably be running this town in a very short time. So I would ask you all to please put your items in the bags that'll be coming around with my friends, and then depart back onto the dock. The captain has already agreed, he already knows, and we thank you for your cooperation. Captain Raven, thank you for your cooperation." You see your father coming out, and your father looks like pale, and he looks beaten up. And he kind of looks at you, he kind of gives you a look like, "Abyssia, I know you, and you better listen." Okay? And you see the little kids like looking to you kind of to follow your lead. What do you want to do?
I put some of my things in a bag.
Okay, so you put some of your stuff in the bag. We still have, you play a lute?
I still have my loot.
So you still have your loot.
I have my dagger.
Okay, so all the coins, as you look at your coins that you've made, like for the half set, which is pretty good, you see one guy already takes it, snatches it up, looks at you, goes, "Nah, dearie." Kind of like gives you a little no.
This hacker.
So they take everybody off the ship, and the ship sails off. Time scrubs forward, and it goes forward maybe about like 2 days, and your father is sitting down with you, and you remember this. It kind of affects you emotionally, and your father is saying, "Okay, children, I want you to go, a few of you, to go with your Aunt Salidra. Abyssia, you've always wanted to travel the world. Here's your choice. The ship is gone. It's everything I've worked for in my life, and there's nothing else that we can do besides make sure everyone's fine. I'm going to work here and stay here with Lucan, and we'll go into fishing. Maybe we'll get a job on one of the boats here in the cargo. Girls, you'll stay with your aunt, and Abyssia, you've always wanted to go off on your own, so perhaps this is your time."
All right, Father.
The scrub goes forward, sees you like going off and like getting ready, and then you travel down, and eventually you make your way to Sunken City. The whole thing comes out, the eyes go back in, and all of a sudden we are in a Dwarven town with Scro. Botorius.
Gods, I must be dead. Never thought I'd see this town again.
So you are working as a guard in the town, and you're sitting there, and you got your sword, your father's armor, and father's sword in the town, and you're sitting there, just kind of like
The battle axe was his.
The battle axe, sorry.
Yeah.
You have the battle axe, and you're kind of just looking at the things.
Is this the town I grew up in, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's Low Hills.
Cool.
So this is.
Came from Low Hills.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You came from Low Hills.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Of course.
Low Hills.
He came from
You
Low
know.
Hills.
Yeah, you guys.
The famous dwarven town.
In our backstories, and we've played other quests like that, which is not on camera. You guys have played this city a couple times in different ways. So you were working as a guard, and the scrubbing, the fast forward motion stops, and it comes to a moment when you are sitting there and you're looking around, and all of a sudden you hear, "Help! Help! He's stolen my food!" And you see like a farmer like pointing, and you see a guy running through. They're all dwarves, and running through, and he's holding a huge basket of like all these different like potatoes and like all different like vegetables in there, and he's trying to run down, and he's running past you right at the moment. What do you want to do?
Try to stop him.
Okay, roll 20 sided die. We're gonna write your history and see what happens.
Oh boy, really interesting.
You clear.
13.
13. That's your attack, or you're just running?
That's just what I rolled. My attack.
I guess add your dexterity into it. We'll give you a little pursuit.
So that's a 14 then.
14. Okay, we're gonna roll. See how
Stubby
fast it
dwarves.
is. Okay, you run. You're right on him. Roll one more time. I'm gonna roll for him to roll. Oh no.
Oh no. 1.
And I rolled a natural 20.
Oh dear.
So
That's not good.
so you're running.
I told you I was dead.
You're running so fast. He turns around and then goes like this to swing at you with the basket in hand and his elbow, and clearly, perfectly knocks you, and you fall right on the ground. So
Great.
funny because I had this written differently for you, like. So, but it doesn't go that way. So that's the beauty of D&D.
The die. Roll the die.
So he runs off. I totally had the opposite way. It was totally great. So he runs off. Your friend comes over to you, and the guy's like in the middle of the town, and like you can't find him. You barely even saw him. And the other guy picks you up, and he goes, "Well, it was a good try."
I did try, but it was a terrible failure.
Yes, well, you'll learn. It's okay. Scrub forward. You're sitting with your parents. Your parents are there, and it's like, "Oh, I heard that you had some sort of run-in with a thief today."
Ugh, it was terrible. Totally failed.
Son, when I was your age, I was double the man that you were. Double the dwarf man.
Man, Dad's harsh.
I would have stopped that foe.
I know you would have.
You have to get out there into the world and get some experience.
I want to.
Well, maybe it's about time. You shouldn't be here bumbling about trying to stop you little beggars and thieves falling on your ass. Maybe it's time you go somewhere. The Red City, Sunken City, wherever you think, but make something of yourself. He gets up. Your mother comes over to you. She kind of consoles you. What does the mother say, Dan?
It's okay, Botor.
Thanks, Mom.
It'll be okay.
Your mom's an emo Phillips.
He's right. He's right. It's time I got on the road. I gotta see the rest of this world. I gotta find out what my purpose is.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
I love you, Botorius.
I love you too, Mom.
And it's so weird, but your mom leans over and kisses you on the mouth. Goodbye. Because that's what dwarves do.
Right.
So, role play.
And it happened.
And it happened.
Things
We
just
missed
got
it.
serious.
And there's this.
Okay, so you scrub forward and you see like your father gives you the armor, and he actually says to you before he goes, like, "I'm proud of you that you're going out and doing this.
Thank you.
Good luck in the Sunken City.
Thanks, Dad.
Make sure you're right." He kind of gives you a little pat in the back on the armor. And you there's a wagon going out. You kind of jump in with them, and you make your way to the Sunken City.
All right.
So that happens.
Life is flashing before my eyes, guys.
Told you we're dead, man.
Truly, we must be dead.
You got
Your mom is very attractive.
you got
I didn't know you liked dwarves.
it's the beard, right? It's the beard.
He likes them short and hairy.
That's strange for an elf, but okay.
Strong.
I'm a cosmopolitan, kind of.
Okay, so you guys are all of a sudden back in that room, or the white room, and you hear like this. What you hear now is literally what you're hearing, and you hear the same thing, and you see the eyes again, like I said, and you hear the voice, and all of a sudden, you see a figure walking around, very tall, about 7 feet tall, and you see Holgar walking out.
Well, we're definitely dead. I don't remember the feeling of the spikes entering my body, though, but we're definitely dead.
You don't see them.
Gods, I think you're right.
What you do is you see the eyes, and you see a woman standing there, which you all see right now too. And the woman seems to be talking to him, and you can tell he doesn't.
We don't see Hogar?
You
Oh,
see
no, he
Hogar.
doesn't see us.
He can't see you.
Do I have my memories? Do I know who I am?
At this very moment, you do now. And he starts looking at you, but he's talking about you as pretty much as you isn't here. And he goes,
What about this one? He just arrived recently.
Yes. Hello.
They're able to communicate with us. How is this possible?
all of a sudden you stop, and everything starts scrubbing backward. Time is going back. And all of a sudden he goes through, goes back somewhere, goes forward, goes back, and all of a sudden it stops in the tavern when you're all in the tavern together, just recently. And he goes forward, and you see you guys are downstairs, and you have this Rod, and you see Rob's character, who's the other person who plays with us in Ori Dungeon for everybody at home, Arky Fint.
And Arky one out for Arky.
Yeah. and Arky Fint is actually putting a huge rod into a device that he created. And he goes, and you see the whole thing like stops, freeze frame, and you see you guys like this. You're on the floors, and the whole thing's out, and you see the guys above you are getting chopped in half like fire, and you see like this gold dust is going out and like hitting all of you, and he runs it forward, and you see it like imbuing you, and he goes.
This is the moment. Something has happened. Somehow these mortals have gained a light. But of what? What is that artifact?
He flips memories back, and he goes back.
And we're still seeing all this, right?
Yeah, you're seeing everything.
Ooh.
And he goes all the way back, and he goes,
Odd. It's not here. Where could it be?
he goes back forward, and he goes back to that moment, and he sees,
He goes, let's go to this one.
and he goes into the Dwarven merchant, and he goes back, and you see the Dwarven merchant just doing a life where he does nothing. He's lazy all day, making money. And he goes,
This guy is worthless.
he goes,
Not that guy.
and then he goes into Bludgy. And he goes out and you see Bludgy. And Bludgy, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Bludgy got hit by the same stuff.
Right.
So he goes back to Bludgy's memory. See Bludgy beating up a person, slaps a child, tells a woman she's ugly, does all the bad things he shouldn't do in the world. And they go back, and then all of a sudden you see Bludgy. You see a wizard from the Red City coming in on a carriage, and Bludgy and a band of thieves rob the carriage. He scrubs through it forward, and he gets the crystal. He takes it with a glove, and he runs it with a crystal.
The crystal that was put into the rod.
With the huge crystal that goes into the rod. And then he scrubs forward again, and he goes to a moment where he's underneath the Sunken City, and the Sunken City is run by the dragon known as Ember. It's the only dragon that people even know that really exists still, or not in hiding, or wherever they are. No one knows. But so all of a sudden you see he's in front of the dragon, and he's presenting it to the dragon. And he's basically saying something to the tune of, it's like, well, I found this. He goes, oh, it's very powerful, and I'm thinking that maybe I should be in charge of the Thieves Guild, and I figured I should show this to you. So the dragon is like, what is it? And he's looking at it, and the dragon comes down to the rod on the floor. You feel the eyes in the room all of a sudden kick back into the room. You see the eyes are squinting, very interested in this moment, and you see he scrolls forward, it's forward, and you see the dragon. All of a sudden he skips some dialogue, and the dragon goes, blows his fire onto the crystal, perhaps to destroy it. You're not sure. And all of a sudden, you see the crystal start shaking and glow, and the dragon soul comes out of his body and goes into the crystal and gets sucked up. And you see the dragon's body turns to ash and falls on the floor. And now for your characters, this puts a lot together because you haven't seen this, and you know kind of what happened, this artifact, because for those of you that know the story, you found this artifact, and you actually just lost it recently because someone may have dropped it in a very far place.
It was a decision.
It was probably a good decision. So you hear the voice once again, and he's like,
This is it. The dragon ember was within the crystal, and the light from the dragon ember is now in these mortals. Not lightborn. Not anything special, just mortals. Each created by one of the ancients. The elf, the halfling, human, dwarf, and something peculiar. A half-giant.
You're back in the room.
Can this half-giant still hear me?
Sure, I can hear you.
It does hear me.
I don't appreciate you calling me peculiar.
Let's check the half-giant.
All of a sudden,
What?
they go in. You go into the half giant Hogar, and you guys are in some kind of like a barbarian-like tribal city in the woods, and nearby is this whole obsidian tower. And you are seeing Hogar first. lots of bells are ringing.
Alyssa, would you go easy on the bells? Could you lay off a little bit, like maybe 1 bell or 2 bells rather than like the 6 that you got.
We don't need it at 11.
Yes.
Bring it down to a casual 3.
Yes, of course, Master.
Good, thank you.
We go back into Hogar's memory.
So distracting.
So you go into the memory, and you see Hogar is younger. You could definitely tell it's him. And he's competing in all these different events, and he's wrecking every single event. He's just amazing. Guys are even a little bit bigger than him. He's just outdoing them. At the end of it, you see him going over and talk to his mother, and it's very clear that he just doesn't want to be here. Time goes forward, and you see him standing outside of the town, and he's by the woods, and he's kind of looking at different leaves and trees and animals and all the things that the half giants would never want to do.
Right.
But Hogar wants to do it. And all of a sudden behind him, you hear a couple of other half giants that are around your age, and you're like a teenager here. And they come out. And this is what happens. One guy goes, "Hi, Hogar, you playing with your friends?" And one guy goes, "Oh, he don't have any friends." He goes, "No, the birds are his friends. Look, there's one friend over there, and the squirrel. That's what Hogar's friends are like." He goes, "You're right. He has lots of friends. There's all the animals out here." He goes, "You're lucky." He goes, "Hogar, are these your best friends? Why don't you be best friends with other half giants?"
I like the animals better than the half-giants.
They laugh. He goes, "Oh, okay. So I'm sure they have lots of secrets. Yeah. What kind of secrets do you have with your bird friends?" And they all laugh.
I don't need to have secrets with them. I like spending time with them. They're very gentle creatures. Not like you.
The only thing gentle in the tribe is you, my friend. You are gentle. That kind of, as a teenager, that kind of pings you in a bad place and kind of gets you riled up. And he goes, "Well, how about we even prove who's the best here? Because I know that you won the competitions, but it was not a day that I was at my best. And I bet that I can beat this nature lover right here. And your birds and your squirrels and your worms and fish can't help you now. Foot race, me and you, to the Dark Tower. Unless you're scared."
Why should I race you again? I've already defeated you.
Are you saying that you can't do it again?
I know I can.
Because we all know it was luck. And we know I had just broken my foot. Now I'm at full health. So it's funny that you won't want to race me. I find you weak and gentle. And not half giant like. Everybody goes, "It's not combat. We know you fear combat. It is a race. Unless you're frightened also."
What are you?
Chicken!
Marty McFly. Marty McHalf Giant.
I'm not frightened of you. I'll race you.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay. This time goes forward. This is boring. Let's get to the race. You guys go up to the race. You're sitting there. You're setting up. You basically run into it. He goes, "Whoever gets closer wins. If you flee and back off, you lose. So you look forward to you, and in your memories, the Dark Tower is very scary. People say like it's haunted, it's magical. It could be it could be something maybe the Archmage, or it's a wizard, or they just know that they feel like it's cursed if you go near it. So he's basically challenging you to go in there. Alyssa, easy on the bells. sorry. So they go 3, 2, 1. They clap. You guys run off and roll 20 on the die. We'll do 2 rolls so you get there faster. I rolled a 19, so 23.
I have a 17 and a 10. 27.
Okay, so you got he starts off faster than you. You guys you're running forward. You're catching up. You run the whole way. He's pushing. You guys are getting there. You go all the way to the tower. He stops right before the tower and like pretends to touch it, and just like runs back. You make it to the tower and slow yourself down and actually get to the tower, and you touch the obsidian. When you do, a voice rings out, and it says, "You are strong. Would you worship me if I gave you power?" You hear that voice. This is you as a teenager hearing this voice. Okay, but you can respond now. What do you say?
Who are you?
Your future. Your inevitable future. All of a sudden it's over. I actually don't have the time to wait.
That was a quick.
I gotta get. It was supposed to be a quick thing. I have a thing. So all of a sudden, like, you're just sitting there, and the voice is gone, and he's running back, and he's like, "Oh, look, he stopped. He got nervous." He goes, "I would have won the race. Look, I got there and I came back. He just froze when he got there." He runs back, and all of a sudden, like, you're just kind of confused in the moment as a teenager, and then it ends. It comes back out, and you're all standing there. All of a sudden, you see all of them standing around you. You see the eyes all of a sudden close. He goes,
I will think on this.
and everything kind of goes like white. And you see Alyssa is standing there. She's an elf, and she's kind of standing there with her fist like this, and she just looks at you guys. You can now roleplay. You all see each other.
What's her name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa?
Yeah, she puts her bells down.
I was gonna say she had the bells. Okay.
Are we dead?
Oh God.
Are you asking Alyssa?
What happened?
You are someplace in between.
I don't know.
Does he look hurt? Does he look intact? Like
He looks fine. He looks fine.
You look great.
For falling to your death.
Yeah.
Last time we saw you, not so great.
I know. We weren't very kind to each other.
No, yeah, I'm kind of, sorry.
You now have your memories.
Right. Very.
I'm sorry I pushed you, Finn.
I'm sorry I treated you so terribly.
I give him a big hug.
Okay. Okay. Oh, no, not that sorry. Okay. Thank you. Down.
You too, Botorius.
It's good to see you, friend.
It's good to see you all.
Okay.
So
I go.
Miss ya.
It's very nice that you're. Well, I don't know if you're alive or we're all dead or I'm sorry, Alyssa. Is that?
Yes, that is my name.
You said to Botoris that we're somewhere in between life and death right now.
Yes. In a sense, we are in a state of stasis. We are between worlds. If that is a way I can describe it to you.
I'll take it. Can you tell us who the eyes belong to?
Was that the collector?
That was the illustrious collector. Yes.
Oh my God! I made it! I'm done! I'm done!
Vinny wins. What are you done? So the collector is the ancient that made halflings and gnomes.
Right,
so
right.
technically, he's literally seeing his god.
There was one of the ancients. Just was. We were in the presence of one of the ancients just then. That's not,
Yes. As much as you can.
Conceive of.
Yes, conceive him.
Right.
Whatever you see is probably the eyes. I see a bit more now, but that's because I've just been here a long time. But he, though very powerful, is imprisoned here, like myself.
in this state between life and death.
Yes, by his sister, the queen.
How did we get
Well,
here?
that's
Why are we here?
a lot of information right there.
And did I hear something about the
There's a
The
microphone.
collector
Oh,
Did I hear something about like the other gods or other agents are imprisoned too? That something with a lion or I things were very. See everything that might be of import. Yeah, those bells.
I like to play.
I like to play.
No,
That's nice.
the lion is also imprisoned.
Right, right.
In the Celestial War, the Queen, a very powerful ancient, imprisoned the Collector. You see, the Collector used his powers while he was in mortal form. It is a very vulnerable state, and the Queen took advantage of this and trapped him here in Ganderstone. While he has the powers of his true self, he is bound by the limits of mortality and placed in a place between life and death, such as this.
It's impressive that you play that with your foot while you're.
I kick it.
What?
I kick it real good.
Why are we here?
Yes.
I suppose I believe that he should tell you that, but basically what I can tell you is he mentioned sensing the light of the lion. Something you had on you, or I don't know, something. You brought something into his domain that he was able to reach.
So can he? Will that help him free himself from this imprisonment, perhaps?
I'm not sure. I suppose he will tell you, but he is very. Sorry, I had to play one. He's very excited, and nothing like this has happened before. I've never seen any power of the lion before. The lion is gone, and anybody who rode into battle had the lion's enchantments on them. There was no one else. Apparently there was somebody else, because you must have had something on you that was imbued by the lion.
I think it was somehow with the
Had to
dragon?
be the armor. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
this armor.
had to be the armor that
Just so you know, the
Hodor
armor,
had originally.
the armor and the sword are both lit up with that same kind of light, but the armor is the one that glowed.
I don't think I have the sword. I don't have the sword.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
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 it's
Your
We wanted to
body's
make sure it went
pillaged.
to good use, you know.
You
You didn't
So
need
wait.
it.
you
So
didn't
where-
need it.
so where's
Not
the
at
sword
the
then?
time. Right.
Apparently I did.
Oh, you have the sword.
You do.
The sword.
Yeah,
I don't
you-
think I have the sword.
yeah,
do
you
I?
took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may not be using it, but you took it.
Okay.
Did you? I mean, if somehow
That's fine.
we leave here and we're all on the same state of being, where armor is important, you can get it back, I'm sure. But it did come in handy that we took it, because that seemed to. Look,
Yeah.
you know, we'll debate all these things afterwards. We don't need to.
Kinda helped us get
we don't need to
here.
have an argument in front of
The god.
the ancients.
Emissary?
Emissary. I don't know, what is your?
What's your
Yeah.
What's your title? What are you?
Toller of
Emissary
the
is very perfect for my title.
Well, look at us.
So let me get this straight. So the collector was never actually killed and never disappeared. He was imprisoned. So for thousands of years,
That is correct.
he's been stuck here, and everybody thinks he's been gone.
In Ganderstone.
The only connection he has with his people is through his dungeons and the coins, the actual coins that he himself imbued. Actually, someone just recently, which pretty much awoke him, was sorry, I just love these bells. Was a group of adventurers from the Red Knight, and they went into a collector's dungeon, a dungeon that was his, and I gave those coins because there was a brief connection between us. Is the only way that you could connect with us. And we've been waiting for somebody to come along and achieve one of the actual collector's dungeons. And a dungeon made by his acolytes, while impressive, don't have the same light and magical quality.
we found a key.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that is probably a key to one of his dungeons as well.
Yes.
Hopefully the key will serve you in the future, if he chooses to allow you to pass through this realm, and if he has the power to do so.
Are there any other ancients here?
There are no ancients here. But briefly, after that moment, days later, there was somebody who went to the falls and threw an actual collector's coin over the falls and made a wish. And there was a paladin there. And for a brief moment, the collector spoke with the ancient, the Red Knight, through this paladin. And now, again on the same day, the light of the lion is pierced through this prison. The only light that can possibly do so. And here we are. He believes these are the signs of the coming tide, and I believe he believes that you play a place in this.
That is very,
Eek.
yeah. But I mean, we have seen signs, Alyssa, from our small mortal point of view, of forces moving on Andaria, that perhaps the Queen feels she is making moves towards, true conquest, whether it be a second celestial war or whatever the case may be. But yes, I think that the collector may be right.
There is definitely a shift that we can feel, but little else do we know, for we are imprisoned here.
Now what?
Now we wait for his words.
How long are we waiting?
It could be years. It could be days in your time.
What?
It's a live stream. We could be here for quite a while. all of a sudden he says,
all of us have
use your eyes. You come down. He goes,
You will wait in the time that I have set for you. Yes, and the time I have set for you is the amount that you will wait.
Of course.
Now I understand.
he starts to speak, and you see the mouth form.
The lion's light is sacred like he. Not of anything he would imbue with his own light. A simple light that was able to pierce this prison. I was trapped here many years ago. I made a foolish mistake and I tried to fight with my men, my followers. While in a vulnerable state, in a mortal state such as yourselves, I was trapped by the Queen. I was trapped in my own kingdom, in Gatherstone. She cannot kill me, for she does not know where my lair is. But she can trap me as she did. After that, during the Celestial War, she trapped my brother, the Lion. He's imprisoned in ice at the base of her tower, in the deep dark. Him and 100,000 of his troops. The Lion was the best of us. The Red Knight, along with the Elven Lord and the Dwarven King, were forced to make a stalemate. Forced to do anything except lose the war. That's the last I know of the world. Many things happen I know with dragons, I believe, for the little amounts that I can feel. But the one thing I do know is that the Second War is coming, and I believe that you are here. So, you have restored my connection to the world in a very small way, but yet something that has not happened for thousands of years. So, to repay this, I restored your memory, which was lost. I also now will protect you. For whatever light that I can give you will protect you from other ancients. No longer will they be able to wish you away into nothing. Thank you. That's very gracious of you. And as a final gift, I give to you this, each, a collector's coin.
And you see a coin appear in front of you, and it's like glowing and spinning.
Sonic.
I also return to you something you've lost. No, don't eat the coin.
I heard that.
Not chocolate.
Trust me. Don't eat the coin. Don't. It won't work.
Your wife may think it works, but it doesn't.
It's real.
It's not real.
Half-giant.
Yes.
As a product of two of my brothers, I put forth to you and your allies to walk a path lit by a quest that I give you now. I ask you to lead. As I mentioned, you are a product of two of my ancient brothers, the Keeper and the Archmage. Half man, half giant.
Half man, half dog.
My own best friend.
breaking out movie references all night here. Sorry.
It's perfect.
The celestial war approaches again. The lion and I are both trapped within. The magic that binds me is strong, but the lion can be free. Alyssa, please kill the freaking things. The lion can be freed, but as of right now, I cannot. You and your allies have been bestowed with light. This makes possible this moment now, and at an end, if at least one of you survives, one day a future fight. Free the lion, aid the knight, rouse the dwarf, and cure the elven blight. As of your allies, your ancient allies, be strong where the ancients are weak. As of your enemies, their weaknesses you must seek. Empower yourselves and awaken the souls of those who do not remember. Trapped in new form, they can be released by the dragon simply known as Ember. Embrace life and befriend death, for you never know who is on your side. A single rose has cleverly been stolen to ensure the coming tide. I charge you and your allies with the quest to save Andaria. To accept it, simply whisper to yourselves, heroes never die, they only rest.
Heroes never die.
It's a little cheesy,
Only rest.
but it works, and it's clear.
Heroes never die, they only rest.
All of a sudden, you see everything start coming into form, and I think you've all said it, right? You're coming to form, and you're actually standing now, but you're standing around his grave. And he turns to you. You're still there.
Awake now, half-giant. Use the light from within, as life flows through your body provided by a convenient paladin.
And you go, huh? And the rest of you guys are just standing there, and you're standing there, and you're like, what's going on? And you look down at the grave, and he's not there, and you're kind of worried something went wrong. And all of a sudden, you see somebody walking up, and there's a paladin walking up, and he's like, "Is this the right way?" "Oh, where? I can't." "Oh," you see him look over there, and he goes, "I see them. Yes, I see them. Okay." And all of a sudden, you see a little halfling, a gnome, come up. And the gnome comes out. He's like, "Oh, wait for me!" And he's coming up. And he walks up, and he goes, "Oh, hello." And he goes, "Oh, I don't have time. Hi." and you see, he puts his hand over, and he starts whispering. He starts saying something, and he says, "By the Red Knight, I raised this half-giant." And all of a sudden, you see like his hand light up, and you see like a red light come out of him, and just kind of go over to his hand and go and bash to the ground. And you see like there's like a hole all the way down to where he was buried, which is not too far down.
We didn't dig that deep.
Yeah. He actually looks up and he goes, "You could have dug it a little deeper."
We didn't have shovels.
He's so big.
You can see his nose.
Yeah, see his foot come out. That was a lot easier.
We don't have
So
different excuses.
all of a sudden you see like your whole body is like repelled up like through the rock, and you open your eyes, and you look in, you see a paladin over you, which is like a holy knight, and like maybe you've heard it like that. You still hear the bells. Listen, stop. You hear the bells, and he's like, "Hello, convenient paladin." That was pretty interesting.
Hello.
You see a little gnome, he goes, "He is kind of convenient, right?"
Very, very convenient.
"Yep.
Yes.
He's my friend.
It's a good friend to have.
He's so powerful now." "Yes, I'm quite powerful."
He wasn't yesterday.
Thank you.
"Yes. Right. Okay. I have to go,
What?
but
We could
Who
use you.
are you?
well, I'm Argon, and this is Ink. Hello."
Hello?
I was traveling by. I was just nearby. I was actually at the Crystal Falls, and I was told to come here, so I did. And
He's the knight that the collector was talking about.
Right. Yes.
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 You had it.
He
What?
tossed a coin.
Later? Oh, much later. We will see each other again, apparently. I don't know when.
But much later.
So who?
I guess.
Who are you talking to?
The big guy.
Oh,
Yes.
you're a big guy.
You're kind of big. He's bigger. Who's bigger than him?
And he goes, the Red Knight. He can hear him.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yes. A light came to me, and I heard voices.
Well, we were told
The voice.
aid the knight.
Yes.
Right?
Well, I've aided you. Perhaps you got it backwards.
Well,
I can't remember.
So if you aid the Red Knight, we are now aiding the Collector.
but I think what we
right.
were meant is.
I know. I gotta go.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you, all.
Thank you.
They're brothers.
Bye, guys. They run off.
I think it was more like aid the Red Knight, aid his cause, like
Oh, like aid
Yeah.
the god.
aid
It's the
the
same.
ancient, right?
Yes.
Aid the ancient. I think that it was
Not the Paladin.
Right.
Don't aid the Paladin.
Aid the ancient.
aid the ancient's
Free the
cause.
lion.
Free-
Heal the dwarf.
we have to free the lion and his 100,000 beastly troops
Yes.
from being encased in ice. The base of the
Mount
Queen.
Doom.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, that sounds
You're making
easy.
it sound like you can't do it.
What about the rod?
Well, that's still not with us. It's a little bit deeper inside Andaria. We can
It's
try
end.
and get it. We also have to wake the Dwarven King, I guess, and then and cure the Elven Blight. I don't know exactly what that means, but we seem to have been tasked with quite a lot, including saving the world.
Yes,
And
yes.
may I mention
There was
something
that part,
and I'm very,
that's
very
it,
glad
yeah.
that you're alive. And once again, I really apologize for the way that I treated you, but I am kind of shocked that the Collector, your ancient, your guy, right, said that he's in charge.
He did.
You're in charge now.
All of a sudden you hear, oh, wow. Okay. Comes running back. He goes, okay, listen. I'm being told that there's a huge mix-up.
Yes, we're all wrong.
You need to listen. What is it? wait. I'm immortal. Maybe one thing at a time, not all the words at once. Okay. Right. Free the lion.
Right.
Aid the knight.
Right.
Rouse the dwarf.
Oh, right.
And cure the elven blight.
Right.
And, what? Well, is that important? Okay, then what? Okay. Well, he's saying that also, at least one of you must survive. That sounds
Right.
pretty dim.
Right. At
But-
least one of us.
At least one of you that's imbued by light must survive, otherwise, apparently there'll be a big problem.
Okay. Got that. Right? Not everyone died.
Should I just wait? He has no faith in you.
Well,
I wrote it down.
how can you ask him a question?
Yes, but I'm supposed to be running right now. I'm missing a vote.
How
is
can
missing a
we aid the knight?
Well, wait.
It'll
Can
come
you
to us.
ask
Wait.
him?
He can hear you. He can hear everything.
Perhaps we have to figure
So
that out.
our original
Yeah, maybe it'll come
mission
to us.
was to get the I don't want to say mission, but it became a mission. It was getting the rod out of the town.
The rod is...
The rod
Yes.
was supposed to go to the Red Knight, if I remember correctly.
That's not. My group is actually from the Red Knight, and we are actually trying to find the rod.
Yeah, the rod is
So if you could help us, help the Red Knight to find the rod, that would be very helpful.
yeah, well
We can.
Well,
Right.
well, good.
so it's in what do you
The deep.
the deep
Right.
Oh yes, it's down, right?
Yeah.
It's like that way down.
down.
Yes,
Like,
my
way
group
down.
knows, but they actually
Down,
had somebody
down,
who
down, down.
was able to track it, and they said it's very deep right now, and it's still down there.
Right.
yes.
So that's where it is. We it was a choice between that and getting it back into the hands of people we knew were evil and knew how to use it, or at least how to use it successfully in the past.
The queen wasn't it the Queen's men? That were
There was multiple people, but yeah.
no, but it was the Rook that was coming to get it, who works for the Queen.
Yes.
So it was either give it to the Queen or drop it down the hole.
Yeah, we chose the hole. I chose the hole.
He dropped it down the hole.
I don't know. Whatever you think is right.
So just tell.
Yeah, so it's in the deep. Do you want us to go get it and get it for you? Is that what you think?
I don't want you to do anything.
He just wants to catch his boat.
I can't really.
All right. Well, go catch your boat.
No. I I'm staying because yes, I know. Did you see me move? Did I move?
This is very confusing. Can you just ask the Red Knight what we can do, and we will do it.
Listen to what the collector told you and follow those steps.
Free the lion.
It's important that you use your own free will to do what you think is right. He gave you all the information that you need, as long as you can remember it.
Free the lion.
Yes, I'll ask. Yes, I'll ask them. Do you remember everything that he said? Do you have anything else you want to know?
Yeah. After the instructions about the different ancients, he had a whole bunch of other stuff that he said that was very riddle-like.
They do that all the time. They say like 1,000 words at once, and like I'm going to remember anything they say. I'm sorry.
There was a rose.
Right. One
Yes,
rose.
what was that about the
yeah,
rose?
The single
everything
rose has
after
been stolen.
Cure the Elven Blight. If there's a repeat possibility,
Every
if
rose
the
has
Red
been
Knight
stolen?
heard what the collector told us, and he can repeat
You
it.
want to know about the rose? Yes, the rose. Okay, so it's embrace life and befriend death, for you never know who is on your side. A single rose has been cleverly stolen to ensure the coming tide.
Okay. Okay.
A single rose has been cleverly stolen. I just said this.
To ensure the
ensure the coming tide. Yes.
Right.
Yes, I said the whole thing.
All right. So, okay. All right.
I don't know what that means. There's something else he says.
Yes.
Empower yourselves and awaken the souls of those who do not remember. Trapped in new form, they can be simply released by the dragon known as Ember.
So perhaps the power.
Rod.
Within-
Rod.
Right.
The rod.
The
of
rod
the
has
light
the
within
power
us.
to awaken,
Those who don't remember, the people here, maybe,
maybe, or
or others.
or
that,
those who don't remember the war, maybe, or the ancient war, something like that.
All right.
Maybe
So-
they don't remember the ancients
I
who are imprisoned.
I think that we need to get the rod. And I'm
Well-
sorry because I'm the one who dropped it down there, but I think we need to travel
You dropped the rod? Where?
into the deep.
Can't we?
Why would you? Why would you do that?
It was a
I
choice.
just told you!
This guy just dropped it in there.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god!
was a choice between that and letting it fall into the hands of
Keep
people.
it.
No, that wasn't an option at the time.
Oh, he kicks a rock and like walks off.
Yes, I know.
Don't get so mad, Ink. They didn't know.
Can we use
No.
our coins to make a wish to get the rod back?
Oh no!
Let me.
That's a good question!
God, no!
I don't have to ask him to tell you about this. I just came from there. My group, you were trying to use the coins that they had. They found a collector's dungeon. They got coins from it. They wasted all their coins trying to wish the rod into their hand, and it did not work and almost paralyzed the whole party.
Right. You have to be. First of all, you have to be very, very careful when you do things like that. Exactly what you're wishing for. And
It
how you
was
wish it.
Yeah.
a bad situation. Is the best thing I can say.
I
So
would-
I mean, you could go back there, and if you think you can do it, then wish. It's not too far. You take a boat like I did, except my boat is sailed away because I'm here talking to you.
I'm very sorry.
You know, there's like lava pits I have to walk through now.
Well,
Yes, I know I'm powerful. I know.
Where
I'll be fine.
where you headed?
I'll be fine.
Where are you headed?
Back to Anwar.
Well, we're going to go back to Anwar as well.
We are?
We're going to go
Let's
up
go
that
together.
rope.
Wait, I thought we were gonna go try down and try to find the rod.
Now?
Back through Anwar. We can't do it
I
from
thought
here.
it was down.
Yeah, but there's no like staircase here.
You have to go back up the rope. That's how I
Yes.
got down here too. And then you go that way. And I'm going to go that way to Anwar. And you're going to go to the Crystal Falls if you're going that way. And if you're going... Also, if you want to go to Deep, you go down the Crystal Falls. And apparently, somehow, you get down there and maybe not get squished. I don't know.
Well, I think we should go back to Jacques and let him know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I have no problem with going
Oh.
back to Anwar.
I was just with Jacques. How do you know Jacques?
He's our friend. He helped us escape from
It's an acquaintance.
Oh,
the sunken
oh
city.
my, you're the party he was
He is
waiting
an
for.
acquaintance.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just spoke to him, yes.
Okay,
Where
so
is he?
he's back up.
So it
top.
appears we're all going to the same place.
All right. Yeah. So let's go to. I don't think
I'm being told I should not interfere with you. You should do your own thing.
All right, you go. I think we have enough. I've recorded your words for posterity. Posterity.
Wait, I'm receiving something. Say it again. He was talking. He was talking during. You gonna say it? You gonna say it? Okay. The Red Knight says, "If I travel with you, because I'm imbued with his power, it will be like putting a beacon on you at all times. So
Very good.
it's dangerous when I'm with you, but in the future, perhaps we will fight together. You already said before that we were going to fight together. Now you're saying we may. You know, you realize you're saying different things now. Sorry.
Yeah, he's an ancient. All right.
Okay, then.
Go your own way. We will wait, and then we will go our own way. And if it happens to be overlapping, we'll have enough.
I'm
distance.
heading back to the Red City,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
Goodbye.
We
Thank
are
you.
heading to Anwar and to Jacques.
Yes. And then we'll see if we meet again.
Good luck. Jacques is a very good man. He's an excellent shadow, and you can trust him in very tight situations.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
And to you, sir.
Thank you.
Ink.
Thank you again.
Let's go.
Later.
They walk out.
All right. So, alive. Great.
Yes.
Much better.
You look much better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're not all bloody and
Nice
flat.
to have you back.
It's good to see you all again.
So
too.
how do we up the rope?
Don't
A little
like that.
hesitant.
Yeah, but there's no other way that I know of to get up. We're gonna have to go up the rope.
Okay, you guys make your way back to Anwar.
Yes.
Okay, you guys climb the rope. You get over your rope of fear, I imagine.
Very good.
And you climb up the rope, and you eventually make your back to Anwar, the city that's above Ganderstone, this one. You make your way back to Anwar, and there's one major change to the city now that you've returned. When you last left, there's like these 3 or 4 long rows of the city, which are, very, very bustling for an underground city. And this time, you see the tavern that you're staying in, which you're kind of heading to. And on the tavern, you see, over the tavern, you see a large hole in the roof of the cave, and it goes all the way up to what you think, and pretty sure, is the above world. And you see light is coming down right there.
They installed a skylight. That's convenient.
I don't. That doesn't seem like good to me. What is like the crowd reaction to the giant hole in the city?
They're picking up the rubble.
Oh, it's just happened.
And how long are we gone?
You guys were gone for about a day, a little over a day. So some guy you see looking at it, and he goes, "Murderous hobos."
What?
Murderous hobos.
Really?
They come into the city, and they I heard a loud noise, and all of a sudden a red light came down, and me and my ale were clear across the town, sitting on a roof.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Damn murder
That's-
hobos.
crazy.
Murder hobos. And he leaves.
You're drinking Hobo Loco.
You think that's you coming back?
All of a sudden you see a figure run up to you. And he goes, "Oh, guys, hey!
Hey.
What's going on? You made it.
We
Yeah.
did make
Did you
it.
get your
Yes.
coins?
Yes.
We did.
Let's go bring them to the gun wizard."
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
No.
We need to talk. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Norma,
And we remember everything.
Right.
you remembered everything.
Yes.
We need to talk, like in private.
Yes.
Okay, you go in private. So we'll just make this quicker. We're gonna say you fill him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Right.
You sure you didn't just like all fall and then like you all had a weird dream?
No.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'd have a cigarette for this one.
Look, he's alive. It couldn't
was
have been
not-
a dream.
He was alive when he left.
No, I
Oh,
And then he
I
died.
pull out.
Look at me! I'm alive.
Yes, but we
I
did
pull out-
lose him.
I pull out. I pull
We
out
lost him.
the collector's coin.
It's like a magic.
Oh.
What is that?
That's the real deal, my friend.
That's from the collector.
That is a real coin, actually.
Right. Right. That was from. That's
He
from
goes into his pocket and he
the-
pulls out one. He goes, "I have one just like it."
We have one from.
What did you just grab?
There was a fly.
I was like, I didn't throw my coin.
I'm doing my.
Take it
Daniel
easy, you can't have it.
son. No, they're,
There was a fly.
Good job, Daniel son.
yeah. Right.
These were
Yeah,
given to
this-
us
this-
directly.
By the collector. And there is a whole. This whole the prophecy. There's a thing, right? We don't know. We don't know what to do next, but I think that we want to go down to the deep and try and get this rod back.
I think we have two choices right now. We can go back to the Red City, and we can meet up with everybody, and you can meet Onyx, who is a very powerful wizard. Or, yes, we could just go for the rod. You wanted to return recently to the Elven Kingdom,
I know.
but I guess we go for the rod. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, the rod was your mission.
Right. Right. I evolved that mission to, you know,
All right.
Saving the world.
yeah, but
We
Yeah.
What do you think we should do?
we are very close to the rod. If we
Well-
leave here,
Didn't the
who knows
what was
if
the outcome
we'll
of the
ever
other
be
party
this
that was
close
wishing
to
for
it
the
ever
for the
again.
rod?
they didn't get it.
Are they continuing to go for it though? Because if there's two parties going for the rod, that's kind of
No,
pointless.
the other party went.
No, they were sort of going back to the Red City.
They went back. Yes, I have some. Yes, they went back to the city. I'm supposed to stay here, and try to see what I can do to help the rod come back. They wanted me really to go to the falls and try to make a wish, but I'm having second thoughts because I heard about what happened to them.
Yeah, I wish spells are not all they're cracked up to be.
They tried to do it, and they literally were paralyzed. They actually had the rod in their hand, and then somebody did the spell, and it was pretty crazy. So in 1 week, they wanted me to
Do it again.
try to do a wish with the coin that I have. I could not tell you any of this because you do not remember anything. So
Right.
now you know. But if you want to use this week, maybe we go down and we get it,
Yeah,
or we go back up. It's whatever you think.
I think we should go down.
So they're giving you a week's lead time.
A week's time, yes.
How long would it take us
Well,
to
if
get
we
down
could-
there?
If we go to the dark, this is not like going to the store.
Right.
This is like going down miles into Andaria, underground.
very good.
Well, if they're waiting a week for you,
Do we
how
have-
long would it take us to
Hold
get down there?
For what I've heard, because I've never actually made that trip, it would take probably a little bit over a day. Going down is quick. Going up is the problem.
Why?
Because you could take the rapids down.
Can't take it back up.
You are smart.
Boats don't go
Hogar,
up.
you're in charge.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
The collector put me in charge.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Me too.
You're
Well, if
you're a creature of grace. That's what he said. A creature of multi ancient origins. So you have you're imbued with an inner knowledge.
Sure, whatever you decide.
guy?
will be fine.
That's what they said.
Okay.
Right.
if we can get the rod without him wasting a coin,
Right.
that would save one of these magical items to be used maybe someplace else.
Right.
So I think it might be a wise idea to go after the coin, after the rod
After
itself.
the rod.
I mean, it was
I
our
agree.
job to get it out of the city.
Right.
We
Let's do
kind
it.
of got it.
Do
out.
all have a coin?
Yes.
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 They are very powerful. I will tell you this quickly. So that you can try to cast a wish spell. It sounds amazing, but if you get it wrong and you mess it up, it could ruin your whole life, of course. Besides that, you're supposed to be able to use them in combat if you really need it. You also could trade them in for magical items or something very, very powerful. They are probably the rarest thing in the world.
All
So
right.
now in our possessions, we each have one. So it's important that we use them wisely.
Right.
So we could perhaps trade them down in the dark for more powerful things. But right now, if we're going to make the journey, we need to prepare and we need to get rations and supplies because there are many dark things that lurk. From what I know,
In the dark.
none of you have faced real combat. Skirmishes, am I correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Real combat is not fun. It is scary.
Good. It's good to know.
Well, I just met my ancient, so it can't be much scarier than that. I thought I was dead.
Yes.
Kind of word.
You did.
So, all right. I still think we should do it. I don't know. We want to take a vote? It's up to you.
Yes. It sounds like you all want to go after the rod.
My vote's for the rod.
Yay.
Okay. I agree. Botorius?
I leave it to you.
All right.
I'll go with your judgment.
Let's find the rod.
Okay. Then that's what we do.
All right.
Get some rest. Tomorrow we wake up. We got rations. We get supplies for a very long journey in case it goes bad. We don't know what we will find down there. Make sure you have plenty of weapons.
Okay.
You're gonna need this. I give him the sword.
The sword lights up. The sword seems to be still imbued with power. It was not used. And the armor seems to be just normal armor now.
Which I didn't take off.
Yeah, I'm still kind of.
Which I'm not going to take off.
I gave him the
Hey,
sword.
are you wearing his armor?
It was his armor.
Yeah, he
But,
died, and then that whole thing happened.
Oh, that's right. You died. Did that
I've
really
been
happen?
using it.
I think so.
Yeah.
What happened? What happens when you die? Tell me.
I was in a room with them.
Oh, shit. Just kidding, guys.
Well, first he was with Stimpy Trexton. I don't know if you heard of him. He's a very big musician.
You don't know that. He didn't tell you that. But I wish I wish he did though.
Damn.
Nice try.
Sorry.
And then we saw the collector.
What did he look like? Like a big guy?
2 very big eyes.
And the rest of his face?
No.
So
You
a
only
mouth.
saw eyes?
And a mouth.
Yeah.
So a
Mouth.
mouth eventually.
And the mouth. You left the mouth out.
It was later.
Well,
It was later? Okay.
It's like
Great.
this.
We'll tell you more of the story as we go down. Get prepared. Rest. Don't rest at the same inn as before. They don't really like anybody right now. It blew up.
I don't think there's much left of it to rest in.
We'll go down to there's a tavern down here. It's by this new place called Eddie's Spaghetti. Really good. And we can eat there, get some food, and rest. And tomorrow we go into the dark. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in Audio Dungeon today. We will see you next time. We go into the hardest part of the quest, the part where everyone dies.
Again.
For real.
No!
Thank you for hanging out with us. We love you. You can check out all of Audio Dungeon on our website, theaudiodungeon.com. You can check us out on YouTube, which is where all our episodes are. But if you go to theaudiodungeon.com, you'll have links to everything that we do, to audio, if you want to listen to it when you're driving and something like that. Or you can check out the videos, and you can watch the quest, the Season 1, Episodes 1 through 10, very shortly. And we're actually in Season 2 on it. This is just Episode 3 we just finished.
Exciting.
And you also can watch a lot of fun mini games we play. Riddles in the Dark, Escape the Dungeon, Super Zeros, all great games. If you're not really into Dungeons & Dragons and you're just getting new to it and you want something more your speed, check out one of the games because they're a lot of fun. And you get to see everyone here improv, which is always hilarious. So, check us out next time. We'll let you know when we are going live. I'm Tony Hansen, Dan Isgro, Damian Scrobe, Brooke Armstrong, Vinny Pro, Tom Kokoza, and Steve on the switcher, Steve Keeley. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Thank you.